Greetings fellow mappers and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you how to download satellite images that we can then use as templates in our base map. We're going to get a lot of detail from the satellite images. So we're going to use an application called SAS Planet to download the satellite images. There we can get high resolution and we can also get them georeferenced. So just open up your browser and search for SAS Planet. I'm going to go to this link a few down, bitbucket.org, SAS Planet downloads. And here I'm going to take the latest version, so it's the 15th of October 2024 for me, and we'll just click on that to download. Okay, you can see now that my download is complete. I can find that in my downloads folder. So it's a compressed archive. So I'm just going to open it up to show you what's inside. There's different files and folders. So we're going to need to extract those things. I'm going to extract them to this folder here that I've made. So I've just made a folder SAS Planet in my documents. So we'll just double click. I'm using WinRAR to extract this on Windows. So just select all the files, extract to documents, and this folder that I've created for this SAS Planet. Now when that extraction is done, we can delete the compressed archive and we have everything now in this folder, SAS Planet. So if I double click on this guy here, SAS Planet application, that's going to start the application for us. So just before we do anything else, I'm going to actually just create a shortcut and bring it to the desktop so that I don't have to keep opening up this folder to start SAS Planet. So I'll just rename this to SAS Planet. Okay. So let's double click on this now and attempt to start SAS Planet. I'm getting a prompt saying that the app is unrecognized, but we're going to say run anyway. So you may have this error pop up, unable to load maps, aborting. So if this happens, there's a maps patch that we need to find online and put into a folder in our SAS Planet directory. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. So we'll just press OK and the application will close. So if we go back to Google, here I'm going to search again SAS Planet and I'm looking for this one here, sasplanet.geojamal.com. I know that I can find the maps patch here. So let's just go up the top here, download SAS Planet and latest version. So I'm just scrolling down and you can see here mention of SAS Planet maps error patch. So we want to download this. Okay, so that download has completed now. So we can close our browser again. We'll find that in our downloads folder. And if we just open up, you'll see there's a folder inside called maps, inside this compressed file that we've downloaded. So we want to extract that into our SAS Planet folder and into the maps with a capital M. So we want to extract that maps folder in here. So I'm going to go back, double click, find the maps folder here and click extract to, and we're going to extract this to documents, SAS Planet and maps. So you can see that we now have this maps folder inside the SAS Planet maps folder alongside the files that were already in there. So now if I try to start SAS Planet again, we should see it start correctly. And here it is. We have SAS Planet open and a basic map in front of us. So SAS Planet is the tool we're going to use to download satellite images. So you can see up here towards the top left, we have a selected base map. At the moment it's the Google map. There are many other maps here, and you can add more if you find other files online with other maps. But anyway, we just have here satellite, and you can see that we have the Google satellite and the Bing satellite. So if I bring up the Google satellite, here we have it. And I'm just going to zoom in on an area of interest to me. You can find your own area of interest. Kind of just interested in this park here, and maybe some of the surrounding buildings here and here. So you'll see in the bottom left here Z18, that refers to the level of zoom. So if I zoom in further, you can see that's increased to Z19. Zoom in further, Z20. So you're going to want to strike a balance here. You want the zoom to be high enough that you get enough detail on the satellite image, as in you get a high enough resolution to be able to see things clearly. If we zoom out, we lose some of this resolution. If we zoom in too far, we're just going to end up with a massive file when we export the satellite image. So I normally find that working with Z20 is good enough for orienteering mapping. I get to see all the detail. I don't need a higher resolution than this, and the file size is manageable. So just zoom out to the area that you're interested in, and up here in the top left we can actually choose a selection. So we can choose a rectangular selection or a polygonal selection. So let's just keep it simple and go with the rectangular selection. So I'm going to look for the top left corner of the bounding box that surrounds the area I'm interested in. So it should be about here. Click, and then I'm dragging and I'm just bringing this box around the area I'm interested in, and this is the satellite image that I'm going to end up exporting. So let's go with this. Click again. So I have this selection manager pop up. Let's just close this for a minute. So you can see here this black box is my selection. It's surrounding the area that I want to get a satellite image for. So if I go back up here, I can bring up the selection manager again by just choosing last selection. So this is going to bring up the selection manager for the last selection, which is the selection I drew with this rectangle. So there's two things we're going to need to do here. First of all, we're going to need to download the images that are of interest to us at the appropriate zoom. And then we're going to need to jump over to this stitch option, which is where we'll actually export the satellite image, and we'll save it to our local hard drive. So let's start with the download. I'm interested in the Google satellite, and as I said earlier, I'm interested in zoom 20. And we can click start. You'll see this pop up here giving some detail about the progress of the download. You can see it's processing different tiles. A tile is just a small area of satellite image in an image, I guess. So the download is complete, so we can just close this. And I'm also interested in the Bing satellite image. So I'm going to change this to Bing satellite. It can be useful to have more than one satellite image. Sometimes they complement each other. Some areas you'll be able to see better in one satellite image, and some areas you'll be able to see better in the other satellite image, and it can just be useful to have more than one source. You may have seen when I was looking here that there's actually a shortcut V to access the Bing satellite and a shortcut G to access the Google satellite. So I can jump between them very quickly. I'm going to press G. That will bring up the Google satellite image. Now I'm going to press V, and that will bring up the Bing satellite image. So again, we'll come up here. We'll go to last selection to bring up the selection manager. And now we're interested in the Bing satellite map, and again, zoom 20. And I'll just click start to start downloading the tiles that make up this satellite image. There we go, the download is complete. So now we have the tiles that compose this selection of our satellite images downloaded. Now the next step is to export them, to save them to our computer. Come back up here, we go last selection to bring up the selection manager, and we're going to go to the stitch pane rather than the download pane. So here in the stitch pane, we're going to save it as a JPEG. We're saving a Bing satellite image, and we want to pick the zoom that we picked in the download, so 20. Now up here in the save to option, choose where you want to save this image. So I'm just going to save it to documents, and I'm going to call it a particular name. It's useful here to be quite descriptive with your name. I'm going to call this Bing satellite. We'll write Z20 just to refer to the zoom that we chose, and we're going to take note of the projection. So the projection here is EPSG 3857. And that should be enough. Actually, we should put the name of our map at the beginning. I'll just call it this for now. Uka. The projection is what allows the resulting satellite image to be georeferenced. We need a way to relate every point on our 2D map to the 3D world. So this EPSG 3857 is a projection which will define how each point on the resulting satellite image relates to the 3D world. By defining this, other tools like geographic information systems or Open Orienteering Mapper will be able to correctly place this satellite image in our mapping project. So we'll of course want to create a georeferencing file. So click here .w short ext. And that should be enough. So we click start. So if I look for that now, I'm going to go to my documents. You can see now I have a number of files here. I have a JPEG file, which is the actual image. We just have a quick look at this. There's the satellite image that we've exported. And we'll be opening this in Open Orienteering Mapper shortly. These other files alongside are to do with the georeferencing. So there's information in those files that tell us about the georeferencing, the projection, so that we can correctly open this image in the right place in other mapping software. So now we're going to want to do the same for the Google map. last selection to bring up the selection manager, stitch, and we just change a few of these. So look for Google Satellite. Here it is here, Google Satellite. That actually took me a while to find, so it doesn't seem to be ordered in any way. So I'll just show you. It might be easier if you open the Google Satellite view or the Google Satellite map. You can now see that here. And then if we open the selection manager, it will be opened with that map set already. So that's a little shortcut. Let's remember to use the zoom that we downloaded, zoom 20. And of course, we're going to want to change this from Bing to Google. And the projection is also 3857. We have our create georeferencing file option ticked, so we should be ready to go, and click start. So let's have a look in our documents, and you'll see now we also have files relating to the Google Satellite image. Here's the JPEG. That looks good to me. So the next step is to open these satellite images in our mapping project in Open Orienteering Mapper. So I've created a folder here for my new map, and I've created within that a folder called Base Map. If I go in here, I have another folder called Ortophoto, which is just Spanish for satellite photo. If I go in here, you can see the 8 files that we downloaded earlier. 4 for Google and 4 for Bing. So I'm going to open Orienteering Mapper and create a new map. This is going to be a sprint map, 1 to 4000. So given our satellite images are georeferenced, we need to define our georeferencing on our orienteering map. By defining a coordinate reference system for our map, Open Orienteering Mapper will know how to bring in our georeferenced satellite images correctly. So I'm in the UTM zone 30 north, so that's what we'll pick, and we just say OK. I'm going to save this file now in my map folder, and let's just call it UCA 2024. So now I'm ready to bring in my satellite images. So I click Templates, Open Template, find my satellite images. Okay, I'm going to bring in the Bing one first. So just take a note of the projection, EPSG 3857. So I'm going to open the JPEG file of the Bing satellite image. And you can see now it prompts me how to position the image. So we have it georeferenced, open, and now it's saying select the coordinate reference system of the coordinates in the world file. So here we put in our EPSG code of 3857. 3857. Okay. So we now have a template here for our satellite image from Bing, but we don't see anything. Just come up here to the show whole map, click that, and it'll just bring us to our satellite image, which has now been positioned correctly. Open Orienteering Mapper knows that this point relates to a specific point on the world's surface. This point over here relates to a specific point on the world's surface. And then when we bring in more templates that are georeferenced, Open Orienteering Mapper is able to position them perfectly, and they will appear right on top of each other. So you'll see now when we open the Google satellite image, it's going to line up perfectly with the Bing satellite image because both are georeferenced. So again, we come up Templates, Open Template, and this time we're going to bring in the Google satellite image, the JPEG file. Press open. And again, the same process. It's georeferenced. And we're going to specify the coordinate reference system, EPSG code 3857. There we go. And you can see it's come in right on top. There's the Bing, there's the Google. There's the Bing, there's the Google. So you can see now what I mean about how useful it is to have more than one satellite image. Here we're getting differences. It would be useful to know the date of each satellite image, because as you can see here, they have a difference of opinion on these small tracks here. The tracks must have changed over time. So that's how you download satellite images from SAS Planet and open them in Open Orienteering Mapper, properly georeferenced and of high quality. We'll save our map file here, and if we were to go out now in the field with this map loaded on our tablet and we had the GPS on, we would be well positioned. The GPS would show us where we are because these satellite images are georeferenced. So thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, please like, subscribe, and until next time.